Hey guys, it's Bronco11 here, making a video on how to take out Traxxas 3.3 motor, shake off the cooling head, check around inside, get all the gas out of the system, pretty much a winterizing, and just checking over the engine before the winter, actor on oil, just put WD-40 in, like one little tiny squirt, you're not supposed to put a lot or ruin your engine. But here we go. First thing I just do is disconnect glow plug wire, take out the air filter, the little body pin kind of. I just push, and if you don't know how to take off the air filter, you should not even do any of this. And then if I were you, I would get, by the way, this is a tmaxx 3.3 to model 4907. Let's put the pin back in there so I won't lose it. Now, by the way, I am using a flip for this. Yeah, get a little. There's a little bolt and there's a screw on the bottom. The bolt is, excuse me, is 5.5 millimeter. These tool pack I have is Dynamite tool pack. I highly recommend it. Very good tools. But my only complaint about them is they wear down kind of like a bit fast. But thing is, I use them not just for my RC car. I use them for other things like my go-kart and other stuff, so which they're not made for. So I can't really complain about that. But I'm just saying they do wear like any tool. Got this tool for 25 bucks. Down here, I had to hold back with the, I don't know what the size, it's the smaller, there's only two sized Allen, which I use for the outside. Sorry, the light, you can't really see. Put you down there for a second. Let's see here. Did I make better for you guys? Let's see. And I'm gonna hold back. I can get in there, a little dirt packed in there. It's all good. Yeah. It's just a twist. Looks like a socket, a ratchet kind of. That's all it really is. This here. Accidentally dropped the bolt. I lost the bolt somewhere. Okay. What you don't want to do is drop stuff. Keep it organized. What I always do is just like a cotter pin, but differently. Put the bolt back through the pin. Like this. Have this just through. Just doesn't mess everything up. Now we're about right here now. Exhaust off, air filter, unplugged the pressure from the exhaust, which I have a fuel filter on just to filter the air. It works though, but I also have one for the gas too. This fuel is just from yesterday, but it hasn't been running. I haven't started it. Wouldn't start, so that's why I'm taking it all apart. Other than that, now disconnect positive, which is top on the ezstart motor, and the bottom. I just noticed I do not have my pliers with me, my needle nose, which could make this a whole lot easier. It'd probably be a bit easier to do this with the gas tank out, but just to save time. Okay. Trying to get this wire out. There we go. See, just pull it around like this. It's kind of fashion. Like that. Yeah. What I suggest, remove the motor from the top two screws. Don't move them here because you'll have to remesh the spur gear. Now just take these 4 bolts out on each side. You might have to take
What do you think? I'm not responsible to watch her when I've been watching her for how long?
Most of you don't have the tools to do this, so I'll do it the other way. From undoing the bottom, and then I'll show you how to remesh. This might have to do 2 parts of this series. How to do this, so stand now for there's 4 bolts through going into the motor mount. We'll have to undo that now. Yeah, here 4 screws, bolts, I should say. 2 here, 2 in here. Now unscrew those and loosen them. Let 2 still, leave 2 in there, but hand loosen so the motor doesn't fall out. Be able to hold the motor so it doesn't fall and bend, snap the cooling head off. So now I have removed 3 screws. There's 1 still tight in there. Now, this is what you're gonna do. Hold the motor and undo that last screw. Right, now I have taken all 4 bolts out. I have the motor in my hand. Now, what I will do is, with holding the motor, it shouldn't go anywhere. You should still hold it, because there is still stuff hooked up to it, like the line into the carburetor, the ground line, and the throttle. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Throttle cable linkage, whatever you want to call it. Alright. What I do usually is lift it up. I'll show you the right way when you pop this little piece off here, or when you lift it up, you can just, I'll show you. Since this is kind of hard, I just was using this thing from I came with. You can use a screwdriver or something. Just be careful of that boot on the carburetor. You want to wreck it. Okay, got that off. Now remove this. There's a little bevel on there, so there you go. Now, remove the motor. This motor is still connected by the gas line. I strongly suggest, if there's gas in here, leave this one on the bottom, obviously, because the gas will go everywhere. I will undo this one. Even though it's a little harder to put back on, it's easier for what we're going to do. So be careful, the gas doesn't come out of there now. Alright. Ground line is still on there. We will take that off. One way you do it is undo the 3 screws to the ezstart. Sorry. 1, 2, and there's 1, 2, 3. Or if you have a long enough Allen wrench, you can just go down there. I suggest you do this if you might not finish this hole on one day, because you might, engine can fall with the wire, and yeah. There you go. I'm using this tool, and this you put it in, you lengthen it, push this up. I'll use a long dynamite tool. Strongly suggest you buy it. Best $25 ever spent. Now take that ground plug out if you have long enough Allen wrench, or go down there, or take the 4 screws out. There guys, so I will now have to make a part 2 of this. I have not yet done anything. I just took the motor out. I just undid the wire. I just checked my wires. And now watch part 2. Alright, I'll remove that screw. As you can see, it was actually, I started undoing this one. Actually, it was this one, and I'm sorry. Because I thought I switched it when I just take the screw out too. I had stuff in there. Now, if I were you, I would stick it up back into that hole where we're studded into, and twist it a couple times. Just be careful of your cooling head. You do not want to ruin it, or bend the rails on it. Now you got all this. This is a good time to check all your wires. Make sure there's no insulation's not ripped or torn to create a short. And this is also a way to change your spur gear by doing this. I'll probably make another video. You gotta take the tank out, though. Just undo this bolt right here. Put something through this little hole right in here. Can't really see it, but there's a little hole through there. You stick an Allen wrench through there, hold it, and tighten this for the slipper clutch. Pull the spur gear off. There's going to be 3 screws or Allen bolts through. Get those out. Put that little plate back on. The friction pads on that, and then you will be put the bolt back on, hold back, and then tighten it, but do not over tighten. Alright. And now I'll show you how to do the motor.